Hey everybody, this is UmConner, coach of your Dayton Dragonites, reigning NBA champs, and I'm here with my two buddies. You guys wanna introduce yourselves?
Log, please.
You are too kind, sir. This is Logtata, coach of your Atlanta Dream Eaters. Hoping to come back for a wonderful first season back in the NBA.
And this is Dcheeko, coach of your UNC Tar Heliolisks, former coach of the LA Chargerbugs, your favorite runner-up coach.
Our favorite runner-up. But yeah, us boys are here just to give you guys a quick recap. We just finished week 4 of season 2 of the NBA, so we are halfway through this season. We figured we're gonna give a little mid-season recap where we're at, and where we're going. So yeah, we'll go over the standings, the current standings, where everything's at, the MVP race, who is leading that. We all know who's leading that. But should we? We're gonna kick it off with playoff rules. So for those of you who don't remember, and for those of you who don't know, the way that our league works is that there are 20 teams. The 20 teams are split up into 2 conferences and 4 divisions. So there's 2 divisions per conference. There's the Kanto Conference and the Johto Conference. In the Kanto Conference, there are the red and blue divisions. In the Johto, there's the silver and gold divisions. So the way that playoffs work is that the top team from every division is going to get a bye in the playoffs. 12 teams are going to make it in. The top team from every division is going to get a bye. And then after that, there will be 6 other teams from each conference that make it in. And those basically act as wild card spots. So after the top team from each division gets in, the next best 6 teams from that conference, so for example from the red and blue divisions, will make it in. So when we're going over standings, you can keep that in mind. Those are the teams that are going to be trying to make playoffs. But yeah, let's kick it off with our first division that we're going to go over, which is Kanto Red. Logan, this is your division, and you are looking nice up there in first place. How are you feeling?
This is my hometown. This is my AFC North. We are proud to stand at the top and represent these guys. Everybody in our division so far has been working hard, putting in great work. You guys might know around this time of 2021, there's an ammo shortage, but in our division, there's no shortage of huge cannons, let me tell you. So, no, we're having a great season so far. New Orleans Shxrkz has played a couple of great games. Tucson Sugar Dust Skulls, we got to play earlier this season, and we came out with a narrow win. They've had a great couple of games. They had one, I would say, difficult loss to us, and then one loss where they just got surprised by Alolan Raichu, and so definitely a threatening team. Chicago Bearticks certainly finding their center of gravity, I'd say, after the last few weeks. Very threatening team. We actually play them this week, and let me tell you, we are frightened of their squad. Lots of potential for damage. We could rename them the Armory if we wanted to. Chicago Snubballs, still an absolutely beautiful team with the most eloquent of mascots, but just having trouble finding their stride so far. We don't doubt that they could potentially walk in any week and 6-0 somebody with some of the Pokemon they have on their squad and with their history and competitive Pokemon, but still trying to find that stride before they can get back and show everybody that they are a premier team again this season. So great division. We are proud of our standing so far, and we look forward to another second half of the season to show off our stuff.
Yeah, it is tough. I think if we were ranked instead of our records on our logos, Chicago Snubballs would easily be first place.
That's facts.
But
yeah, that's facts. Absolutely.
Blake, any thoughts?
No.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Coach.
I don't know what I could say other than what Logan already said. It's a sweet division, lots of amazing teams in there. It's kind of sad that not all of them get to make it to the playoffs, because I think any of them could have, as anybody does, but anybody in this division could have a chance to make it far.
Mm.
A lot of threatening teams, huge Pokemon like Dragapult, Urshifu, Single Strike, Tapu Lele, Darmanitan Galar. There's just a lot of firepower in this league, in this division, and it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. For sure. But yeah, as you said, it's a shame that not all of them are going to be able to make it to the playoffs, and I think that they're not going to be able to make it to the playoffs because of our next division. Blake, that is our division. Kanto.
Well said.
This division,
Transition.
in my opinion, is absolutely stacked. It's been a heck of a season so far. Fortunate to be recording this recap in week 4 because this is the first week that I have been on top. Previously, Blake, UNC Tar Heliolisks, you have been right above me.
Mm-hmm.
It's only through this last week when you had a very narrow victory, and I managed to get a bigger one that I kind of jumped in front of you. But
yeah, I mean, I love every single team here. I think the Seattle Sonics is the team to be focusing on here. I mean, if you look at us, we're both on top 4-0. No, we're not guaranteed to play in the playoffs, but I think we have the best chance in this conference so far. But with that being said, the Seattle Sonics had a very rough start. Not to toot our own horns, but his first 3 weeks were against the Dayton Dragonites, UNC Tar Heliolisks, and the Atlanta Dream Eaters, I believe. I could be wrong, but
Right.
3 tough losses, but I think he could win out this season if he stays focused and stays determined. And so we have quite a division to unfold ahead of us.
yeah, for sure. We've been saying ever since he finished his week 3 match that the Sonics are going to win out. I believe he's got a very scary team. He's a great coach. No doubt in my mind that he'll be able to pull it back. Zorro Arkansas Razorbacks have been really doing really well. I think they've surprised
Awesome
a lot
team.
of people. Awesome team. A new coach coming in. He was
3-0.
3-0. He was undefeated before last week when I beat him. So previously we had 3 undefeated teams in this division. But yeah, he's been doing great. Miami Heatran, kind of similar to the Chicago Snubbles, just been struggling, trying to get their stride, figure out their identity.
We've seen progression. We've
have
seen progression there for sure.
Incredible progression. He really gave me a run for my money in week 3. It was,
Some good reads,
narrowly came
good
out.
switches.
Came out with a victory.
I will say one of the biggest accomplishments. This division is so interesting because it's full of 3 coaches that I think are phenomenal seasoned coaches, being you guys in Seattle. Razorbacks and Heatran both are teams that have pretty new coaches to at least the competitive Pokemon format, and they're doing great. Miami Heatran, huge accomplishment, is I think actually knocking the Dayton Dragonites down from the top of the power rankings. Even if that's not a wise vote to put him not at the top after knocking out a few of Connor's Pokemon, they certainly rattled some people's opinions of our reigning champion. And I think that in and of itself is a pretty impressive thing to do. He definitely is. He's came a long way. This is one of my favorite divisions to watch by a long shot in our league.
Yeah, and so by the time this is going out, I guess the other videos will probably be out too. But for those of you who haven't seen them, this last week 4 matchup, we saw the UNC Tar Heliolisks actually beat the Atlanta Dream Eaters. So in the previous division, the Dream Eaters' only loss is to the UNC Tar Heliolisks right here. And that's why Blake had a very narrow victory. It's because the Atlanta Dream Eaters are an incredibly formidable team. So I'm ahead of him right now. That's not going to last very long because I'm going to have to play the Dream Eaters soon myself. But things to look out for. Week 8, the final week of the regular season, the Dayton Dragonites are going to take on the UNC Tar Heliolisks. So if it's not decided who's going to win the division and get the bye by then, it's going to be one heck of a match.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait. And let it be known, this is, out of all the years we've been playing Pokemon together, we've been playing Pokemon since the 6th or 7th grade together. Competitive Pokemon since, was it freshman year, sophomore year of high school?
Yeah.
Over all the years, I believe this is the first time that Connor and I will be playing in the regular season. So
That's so funny.
it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Super excited. I've only ever got to meet you in playoffs. This will be great.
Yep.
Very excited to see how it ends up.
Do not be fooled, ladies and gentlemen. This division is packed with your number 1 and 2 undoubtable teams in this league. And the rest of the season will probably show us who's ranked where for this season.
Classic Log, being humble.
That's true. It's literally facts right now.
All right. Well, so that does it for the Kanto division. We'll be really interested to see how those two shake out. I think we've had some excitement already this season, but we'll definitely have more to come. Let's go on to the Johto division, or the Johto.
Please let me share just off the get-go some thoughts, some opening thoughts.
Division Log, please go ahead.
San Francisco 40 Torchics are the people's team, and if the people is synonymous for me right now, because they are my absolute favorite team to watch in the entirety of competitive Pokemon. There has never been a team that is so willing to embody the personality of Toxicroak and flex on every opponent that they play, like the 40 Torchics. And so certainly 4-0 record speaks for itself, but the boldness of this team and their choices every week, they flex on every opponent. I cannot express that enough. You just need to go watch some replays to see exactly what it is that I'm talking about. But just know the people of Atlanta are reaching across to the other coast, and we are certainly rooting for the 40 Torchics to continue their decimation of the other conference of our league this season.
It's quite unbelievable. Connor, go ahead, please.
I was just going to say, it is amazing. The preseason power rankings, where all the coaches vote on how they want to rank the other teams, saw San Francisco in 20th place, in absolute last place. No one thought that they could pull it off. Everyone said, surely you can't just draft straight power and do well, right? Like, people will know how to play around it. Turns out no one knows how to play around it. And
correct answer, wrong.
Coach after coach, franchise after franchise is being decimated by the powerhouse that is 40 Torchics. No one has been able to stand up to them. It has been truly incredible to watch.
This guy went on Pokemon Showdown during the draft, clicked filter, attack, stat first. Down the line. Down the line, he made his team, and my goodness, it is beautiful.
It is literally so fun to watch. You guys have got to go watch games for the Ford. They are a fun personality too. They're so fun to watch. You got to go check out the Torches.
Truly.
Outside of that, this is an insanely tough and tight division.
Competitive division.
Very competitive division. We have some seasoned coaches, some growing coaches, and some new coaches, but all of them are shaking it out. It's going to be very tight. We have the UMC, what is it? The UMBC Bolton.
Yeah, the Bolton have been great. So they played the 40 Torchics week 1 and lost to them. That was the beginning of the Torchics' reign of terror. But after that, they've done great. They won their next 3 games. As you can see, they're an interesting point here. Their differential is actually greater than the 40 Torchics. So their weeks 2 through 4 were actually pretty decisive victories for the Bolton. And he is trying with all of his might to catch the Torchics before he runs away with this division. In 4th place there, we can see the Columbus Swap Blue Jackets. That is our beloved, all-powerful, incredibly corrupt commissioner. He's had a little bit of a struggle to start off this season, I'd say. He's usually doing a little bit better than 2-2, but yeah, I really think that he's only down there in 4th place because of how competitive this division is. That's just a testament to it.
Absolutely. And I think this is another division that has just insane amount of power. I'm sure if you were to add up the stats of each division, this would be one of the highest of just straight power. Of course we talked about the Torchics, but Rotom Washington team has a hilarious team. In Victini, Tapu Bulu, Howlucha, Miltank. He just has every single one of his Pokemon has a different kind of win condition he can easily bring each week.
And then he has Ditto, so he also has every one of your Pokemon.
Yeah. just some very cool teams, a lot of style points, and I'm sure if they landed in a different division, they could very easily be on top.
Yeah,
but
they're honestly I have a hard time with 2, 3, and 4 in this division. I always have trouble ranking when we rank them each week because they've all done really well. Blake has done really well this season from what I've seen, and that's not to say that I don't think he was good in any way before. I just had never seen him play before, but I've been super impressed watching him play. I know Caton and Jacob are both great just from watching them in prior seasons, and a few hiccups just in some of their matches so far, but their teams are so scary and they play so well that they're just really tight. Like, I think the Boltons, the Rhythm Washington team, and the Swallow Jackets are all, like, in my rankings, always like right between like 4 and 7, always.
For sure. Yeah. And then
and I still go ahead, Connor. Sorry.
No, go for it. You got it.
I was just gonna say I still am hopeful for the Miami Gulpins.
That's exactly.
We haven't talked about it yet, but he also has a very, very cool rain team. Some insanely powerful Pokemon in Zapdos, Kartana, Kingdra. He's got Pelipper to set up the rain, and some great steel types to complement that as well. So I don't know if he's just had some tough games, tough matchups, but again, this is a coach that has a very capable team of a lot of potential.
For sure. Yeah. I'd say each of his 4 losses were definitely winnable games for him. And they just came down to be pretty close or unlucky or mistakes, but yeah, definitely winnable. That's the nature of weather teams in Draft League too. Kind of, I think it just takes a little bit to really get how to play with them. They're very challenging to play with. So I think as soon as he really gets comfortable with the incredible rain team that he has built, even at 0-4, he is not out of playoffs. I would not be surprised if he made a late season run and made it in. Definitely a scary team. Not one that I would like to play against. I'm glad that I'm on the other in the other conference, so I don't have to. And on to our last division, the other division in the Johto Conference. We have the Silver Division. And this one looks a little bit funky. We still have 2 games yet to be played. What?
Just that.
Yeah, so the Rills are a couple weeks behind. They still have to play the Mankeys and the Aggies.
Yeah, I guess.
So there are 2 games left to be played, but you can kind of get the gist of how this division is shaken out. We got Texas A&M up on top. Coach Johnny Thick has been having an incredible season. This man's been killing it. Blake, I know that you 2 are pretty close. You want to talk a little bit about how he's been doing?
Sure. Last year, or this past summer, he asked me if I know what Pokemon Showdown is, and I said, "Oh boy, do I!" And I introduced him. This happened to be a week before UmConner reached out to me asking if I wanted to do another season of competitive Pokemon, and I said yes. I'm bringing my boy Johnny Thick with me. He had a rough season last season, but he was so into it. I was so excited that he wanted to do it again because every single day I'm just hearing from him about what he wants to do next week and like what Pokemon he's going to pick up and what draft he's going to go with. And I think he has one of the most solid balanced team, in my opinion. He's got an insane sand team held down by Hippowdon and Tornadus T with a regenerator core with, what does he have, Tangela as well?
Yeah.
And you got Dcheeko, Azolt, and Stoutland, and just a lot of cool Pokemon. He's been doing really well. Who did he beat? He beat Rotom, which was a huge victory for him. Who else did he beat, guys?
I believe he beat the Mankeys week 1. Yeah, it was a battle of the sand.
He beat Rotom Washington, right. He beat the Mankeys, and then he beat the Gulpins. But yeah, he's been killing it. I think he's playing the Rills next, and then he'll have the 40 Torchics, which I think will be the first. That won't even be the first true test. I think the battles that he's won already have been really tough, but I'm really excited for him and the 40 Torchics to face off. If he wins his...
Oh, it's going to be...
Yeah, it's going to be incredible. If he wins his battle against the Rills, then it'll be 2 undefeated teams, the only 2 undefeated teams in the Johto Conference facing off. It'll be incredible.
We certainly might need to do a live commentary of that match.
Ooh,
I think so.
But yeah, after Texas A&M, we got the Kentucky Torracats with his 3 legendary dogs performing pretty well.
Swagger.
Sitting there at second
so cool.
place. A crazy thing about this division, which I think just speaks to the competitiveness, again, of the Johto Gold, is that aside from Texas A&M, every other team has a negative differential, which means that their wins are close and their losses are bad. And if you look at the gold division, I think almost every team has a positive differential, which means that pretty much every time that gold is playing silver, gold is winning. Which again just speaks to the competitiveness of the gold division. But
except for your boy Johnny Thick.
Except for Johnny Thick, who has had absolutely no problems and is sitting there at 3-0 plus 12. But
I'll tell you what, though, I'm pretty hopeful for the Cincinnati Raikou. I believe I had him in my preseason power rankings as number 1. He's got an insane team. I think he drafted the best Fairy Dragon Steel Core.
It was nice.
Which I actually forget what it is. It's Latios,
Grimmsnarl, and Corviknight. I believe he has since dropped Grimmsnarl.
Yeah, he dropped Grimmsnarl from Mammoth Line, but
which
still.
is even cooler. He's got a very solid team. But yeah, like you said, just some tight matches, tight wins, big losses. But yeah, still a lot of matches to unfold here because we still have 2 coaches in this division to catch up on their matches this week. So maybe this will completely flip-flop. We'll see.
I certainly do too think that the Torracats, we keep joking in our match or in our group messages that they keep lowering in the power rankings each week. But if you really look at the games that they've won and the games that they've lost, they've had a pretty tough schedule so far for their conference. And I believe they came in on top over the Swabbly Jackets. A win over the Raikou and the Gulpin, a loss to UMBC in the Swabbly Jackets, but a pretty close loss to the Swabbly Jackets, a bigger win or a bigger loss against the Boltons, but they've certainly been closer games than maybe their differential shows.
Yeah, for sure. I think the Kentucky Torracats are gonna probably finish at a pretty solid second place here. I think their team is really good.
Yeah.
And then the Buffalo Reels and New York Mankeys, 2 new coaches. That again, I feel like we're seeing a trend with new coaches just needing to find their footing in the league. The draft format is very different than any other format in Pokemon, and it can just take a while to kind of figure out your team, if you like it, stuff that you need to change, how to prepare each week. The Reels games have been pretty close. Like he has only had 2 and he has 2 more to play, but they've been pretty close. And I know that there is a coach who wants to learn, who wants to improve, and I think that he definitely has been throughout the season already, and he definitely will throughout the rest of it.
He has Melmetal.
GG.
He does have Melmetal, which by itself is an incredibly scary Pokemon.
So anything is possible.
Yeah,
that is the truth.
And then the New York Mankeys too. Honestly, they're at -15, but I feel like their games have been close. Like I feel like the differential is not a good indicator of how his season's truly been going. And he's also been a coach who has been very open to making moves. He's made quite a few big transactions with his roster to try to shake things up. So I don't think that we've seen everything from this coach quite yet.
Yeah, certainly some huge heavy hitters too. What with Tyranitar, Metagross, Thundurus T, Celesteela. He's got a Turtonator for Shellsmet. I just got some serious heavy hitters on that team too. And so it feels a lot like some of the other teams we talked about where you can really underestimate one of these guys and then lose immediately.
Yeah, I mean we've seen that multiple times with the Cincinnati Raikou when a fan favorite, oh loud he comin', the Whale Lord.
That's right.
Has simply decimated teams. Decimated them.
Hilarious.
It's been incredible to watch. Yeah, so that actually provides a pretty good transition. Now that we've covered all the standings, I think we should go over the MVP race. See what Pokemon have been doing well in our league thus far. So we keep track of the top 10 Pokemon. We rank them by kills. Well, we actually rank them by differential. So kills minus deaths. But kills is the tiebreaker there. And usually that's basically the primary ranking.
Look at that Mew. Like it doesn't deserve another 3 kills or 4 kills.
You just sneaking in there at number 10.
Yeah.
The time will come from you.
Yeah, Blake, you have two Pokemon in places 10 through 4. How is that?
Sure, let's talk about it. I'm very, very excited to have you on my team. You know, I did not plan on drafting this Pokemon. I drafted Urshifu first, then Arcanine, and then Logan texted me saying, dude, your team is so awesome. I wasn't going to get a 200 tier Pokemon, but because of Logan's kind words of encouragement, I said, let's get Mew. The rest of my team kind of paid for it. Because of that, I have a lot of, lower tier Pokemon. But anyway, I'm so excited to use Mew. It's got some big games. Like Logan said last week, I played against him. I brought a weakness policy rock polish set. I ended up getting paralyzed a few times and couldn't pick up as many kills, but it was a lot of fun. This thing is capable of anything, so I will hopefully bring this up in the MVP race just a little bit.
Anybody who's watched our game knows that Mew deserves to be 10-0. But we got lucky at Atlanta. We paid the commissioner.
That's all you have to do sometimes in this league is just pay the commissioner, and then.
That's right.
Yeah, and then we got in number 9 we got Azolt from Texas A&M. Azolt, I feel like Azolt's been 6-1 for weeks now.
Yeah, he's hungry.
Yeah, he had a couple really solid first couple matches. And then after that, he's just been chilling, getting a kill here and there, not dying, which has been big for it to kind of keep its spot there. But he's been good. Hasn't run too crazy. In season 1, Azolt finished number 2 in the overall MVP race. So he's hungry for it. He's trying to climb again. Let's see if he can make it in the remainder of the season.
It's a very scary Pokemon.
Very.
It's got Bolt Beak. And it's got Sand Rush.
I
don't think Sand Rush was allowed last season.
I don't know if it was.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the hidden abilities were introduced in the Crown Tundra.
Yeah.
But it's got Bolt Beak and it has Sand Rush, which is just hilarious. It can just bop anything. So I'm hoping to see that thing climb. It's a very funny looking Pokemon.
Very funny looking. And then we have Mr. President.
Mr. President. I love ice types. Yeah, and it's just the coolest type. So I'm very excited to be using this Pokemon. It's proved itself pretty useful so far. I drafted it because of its offensive typing with synergy with Urshifu. It covers Urshifu's weaknesses pretty well. But I'm just looking at it and realizing how much it's really capable of. It gets Swords Dance, it gets Ice Shard, Earthquake, fighting moves, rock moves. It's just very, very cool. So I'm going to for sure try to climb this thing up there a little bit, keeping me with him as well. So very exciting times for me.
Yeah, when you get rid of HP Fire, Pokemon like Obama Snow just are so frightening.
So frightening. Mm-hmm. So frightening. At number 7, the Kentucky Torracats have all 3 legendary dogs. You know that one of them had to be doing pretty well. Raikou has been killing it. I initially thought the Kentucky Torracats had taken Tapu Koko with their first overall pick. And then when he picked up Raikou too, I was like, that's kind of redundant. But turns out Electric Surge, Rising Voltage Raikou is a monster. This thing has been tearing apart teams. Clapping people.
He does, dude. He claps. He's crazy.
Yeah. Been dealing out big damage. I think that's how he's gotten a majority of these kills, this Raikou has, of just rising voltage off of the terrain boost. And it hits like a truck, and absolutely nothing wants it. And now Raikou has Scald, so you can't even switch ground types in
Yeah, it
here
gets
anymore.
Scald, it gets Aura Sphere,
Who
it gets
gave this
Combine.
thing
It's
Scald?
it doesn't make
What?
sense. It's a sweet, sweet Pokemon. Very underrated. I think it's often overlooked compared to the other dogs, in my opinion.
It's got mutton chops.
It has mutton chops. Is that? Goodness, why does he? That is. I'm not even. Why does he have mutton chops? It's fine. In number 6, we have Noivern. Noivern wasn't even on the list until I think his week 4 match. He had a pretty good week 4, which kind of propelled him up into this spot. I mean, of course, anything that gets Draco Meteor is gonna be pretty solid. But yeah, the Shxrkz have a pretty scary team, and I'm surprised that Noivern has come out amongst the rest to be the Pokemon that they have the most kills with.
Yeah,
for sure. When they have Urshifu Single Strike, you would think that you would see that in its place, but Noivern, it's fast, it gets big moves, it's very capable, gets Infiltrator, very cool ability. So, not surprising that he's able to clean up some games with that thing.
Yeah, honestly, Noivern is kind of like a poor man's Dragapult in a way. I mean, it kind of does a lot of the same stuff, except he gets Hurricane instead of Shadow Ball and Heck. At least for just going after damage. He doesn't maybe have the same kind of Haxy, Mimi, Disable, Substitute, Will-O-Wisp type stuff, but Draco Meteor hurts every time he's brought it. There was one week, it was against you, Blake, when he brought Noivern, it had both Roost and Defog on a choice spec set, and he got to use both of them after catching the knockoff. And so this Noivern is unpredictable and dangerous. So watch out for threat level Midnight the Noivern.
Seriously. And then number 5, we got the Blue Spaghetti.
Not Blue Spaghetti, dude. Listen, Not Blue Spaghetti was our pickup after the draft. We were thinking, you know what? Alola Ninetales makes literally 0 sense with our team because we have no way to take advantage of it. And it just damages everything with hail. And I was looking at some of these other teams with Regenerator, and I thought, I want Regenerator. I want to be in there with the cool kids. And I'll tell you what, Tangrowth, I don't understand how he has 7 kills already. I'm pretty sure I just exist on the field with Tangrowth trying not to die, and he gets kills. And so between Toxic and Power Whip and Regenerator, that's pretty much all he's done so far. And it worked. And so we're proud to have him in number 5. We hope to keep chasing to the top.
I love it. I really never realized until now, looking at Tangrowth's legs, but he's just got a couple nubs down there.
Yeah, he's a weird thing. He's a weird creature. He really looks like somebody hiding in a pile of blue spaghetti. And so
that's gotta be it.
Well, let's move on. I'm uncomfortable.
He almost looks like one of the guys from Among Us, covered in a blue bush.
Dude, what if that's it? He's just hiding from those
He is the intruder or whatever. He is so sus. Yeah, he's the imposter.
Nice.
I'm sorry. We can move on.
No, I'm always down to talk about blue spaghetti. But yeah, and number 4 we have in Dayton our very own Airbud, the Togekiss.
Yeah, baby.
Coming in at 7-0-7, hasn't died yet, which has been really fun. Had one nice nasty plot sweep against the Chicago Snubbles. That's kind of what got him here. I think he got like 4 kills that game. But yeah, one thing that I've been super surprised about this season, is the first time I've really used Togekiss, is just its inherent bulk. This thing is so thick. Even when you're running an offensive set, where as you can see, it hasn't died yet because it just lives hits. It lives hits. It can roost them off pretty easily. I've brought it more often than not as a defensive role with Defog, Heal Bell, Roost, Thunderwave, stuff like that. And it's just somehow kind of similar to Blue Spaghetti. It's just kind of picking up kills, and I'll take it. He's doing pretty well. Very, very proud of our good flying boy.
Yeah, Togekiss is sweet. I was eyeballing him in the draft, and you grabbed him. and I hope he drops him at some point because he is a great typing, great coverage. He's just a sweet Pokemon, and you're playing him great.
I saw you using this Pokemon, and I decided to pick up Togetic for one of my matches, thinking I want to pair flinch things too. And then I went to build my team, and Togetic doesn't get Air Slash. So I've been working on an email to reach out to Pokemon to ask them why. But it's a very cool Pokemon. Very scary, very capable of anything it wants to do. Air Slash just is a beast in its own on this thing.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah. Maybe I'll pick up Togepi, who knows?
Dude.
You're with the cool kids.
Togepi and Togetic both get Metronome. So you really can get Air Slash. I just think you have to be. You just have to be.
You're right. You're right.
But all right, let's move on to our top 3 in the MVP race. And number 3 there.
Oh my gosh!
Number 3 there we have Slim Jim.
I hadn't seen the top 3 yet.
the recent pickup by the UMBC Boltund, who has been nothing short of terrorizing this league. No one has been able to stop it, as is clear from his KD. This thing hasn't died, and it's picked up kill after kill.
And let us just say, this thing does not get sheer force for this league.
Yes.
And he's still... I think he's only used this for 2 matches, and he's already shot himself up to number 3. Yeah, it's insane. It doesn't even need sheer force.
Yeah, so we banned sheer force, so it's a little bit of a lower tier, but that clearly is not stopping it. I think he's been running physical areas, and nothing wants the earthquake. So, and he's got a great name. Great name. He is slim. Look at that torso. He's like,
dude's got pecs.
He's got pecs and then a noodle body.
And I guess look at those forearms. I don't know. Maybe rock climbs. Who knows? It makes sense.
And his elbow nipples.
And his hair is just a log. His elbow nipples. Oh my god. Got some Akatsuki markings on his elbow nipples, whatever.
There you go.
Very cool Pokemon.
Very cool Pokemon. And then at number 2 we have Snack. This Pokemon has been
champ
terrorizing so many in the Johto division. The face of the 40 Torchics. Yeah, I would say that no Pokemon represents the 40 Torchics better than Garchomp. Just pure power. That is
a phenomenal way to
what
put
they're
it.
all about. And it only makes sense that Garchomp has been getting kill after kill. This thing has been on a rampage. It's only died once, which is pretty incredible for a Pokemon that I believe he has brought every single time.
This Pokemon once stayed in with lower defense stat on a Deancey to throw up Stealth Rocks. That's the kind of confidence we're talking about on Snack. This thing is... He is the Torchics.
Garchomp's first appearance in this league this season, he threw a couple body feints with an Earthquake against an Air Balloon Deancey, a Scale Shot against a Fairy-type Deancey. Just to say, look, man, I got the power. I'm coming for you. Just you wait.
Facts. That's facts.
Yeah, that thing's been a beast. I expect this to not be the end of its run. It's definitely going to be getting some more kills.
No, I think we end the season and that thing has 27 kills.
I would not be surprised. I don't think anyone would be surprised by that. Which means that first place better watch out.
Oh.
First place is Paku, the Urshifu Rapid Strike. Blake, your 3rd Pokemon in the top 10. How do you do it?
What a fun Pokemon this is. You just click the one button that is designed for this Pokemon, and hope they don't bring Rocky helmets. It's insanely powerful. It's got a sweet move pool, but I think I've only really clicked Surging Strikes and U-Turn so far. I'm kind of cheating because I didn't think I was gonna win this last match, so I didn't bring it just out of selfishness to keep it in number 1. But it's a very cool Pokemon. I'm excited to use it. It was my first pick overall. So I built my team around him, and so I'm just happy to see him there. I'm hoping to keep climbing using Surging Strikes. I don't know what else to say about it.
Yeah, if you didn't catch that, folks, that's 11 kills in 3 games. So this man is hungry.
Which is nuts. Yeah, this thing has been an absolute monster. I am not looking forward to playing it myself. Logan, I'm kind of jealous of you that you got to play the Tar Heliolisks and you didn't have to go up against this thing. I'm not looking forward to it. And yeah, it should be noted, the MVP race really grants no reward other than bragging rights.
Oh yeah.
And Coach Dcheeko of the UNC Tar Heliolisks doesn't care about that. He is determined to get first place. It should be noted that Season 1, he had the first place Pokemon. He had the reigning MVP, Espeon, who had like a ridiculous KDA. I don't even remember. We had a shorter season, and I think it had like 17 kills.
I think I brought it for 3 batches. I think I had 12 kills. I think that's what it was.
Yeah. It 6-0 multiple people. So no stranger to having the first place MVP, Blake is.
It's what it's all about. I mean, if I know I'm going to be the runner-up, I might as well get some kind of trophy.
There you go. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, so that's what our MVP race is looking like right now, just halfway through the season. It'll be interesting to see how it shakes out for the rest of it. We see any new faces, if anyone that's a little bit lower on the list gets to kind of jump up there and contest Urshifu Rapid Strike for that #1 spot. But that's it. That's all that we were going to go over. Guys, do you have any closing remarks?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your... Sorry.
No, go.
I'm just messing around. It's your boy T-Pain. Sorry, what were you saying, Coach Dcheeko?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a crazy season so far. I feel like we just have been getting started. We have a long road ahead of us. A lot of awesome matches to look forward to. So I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited to hop back onto some videos with you two to recap how we're going to be doing, you know?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, for sure. Go Torracats. I think that's something that we can all agree on. We can't wait to...
That's facts.
As 3 coaches that are in the Kanto division, not having to play them, it is so
Go
fun
Torracats.
watching them absolutely dominate that opposing division. Hopefully, someone can step up and give them a real match, you know, because they've just had it too easy so far. Yeah, go Torracats. I think we're also all rooting for Oh Loud He Comin', the Whale Lord of Cincinnati, who was in the MVP race after a couple strong week 1 and week 2, but then it has since fallen out of the top 10. But we really need him to pick it up, you know, get back up in there, contest Urshifu for that #1 spot, because even if he's not #1 on the list right now, he is #1 in all of our hearts.
That's facts.
But,
Big old facts.
Big old facts.
Bagel facts, baby.
So that is, I believe that's all. Once again, I'm UmConner, coach of your Dayton Dragonites.
Coach Dcheeko, coach of your UNC Tar Heliolisks.
It's your boy T-Pain. Logtata, coach of your Atlanta Dream Eater.
And thank you guys for tuning into our mid-season recap. Can't wait to.
Don't forget to subscribe and tell your mothers.
Yes, we need more moms subscribe to this channel.
Please.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
See y'all later. Bye.